sa inyong lahat. I hope na nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan despite the fact na ngayon nasa pandemic pa rin, na nasa crisis tayo, no? Now, alam nyo, dapat tuloy-tuloy pa rin natin tinitingnan kung paano natin maisa sa ayos yung ating mga companies, yung ating organization. And one of those is to continuously train our people. Maybe for some companies na nakikita natin ngayon, ito yung least that they can do. Ibig sabihin, ito yung least na pwede nilang gawin para sa kanilang mga empleyado, para sa kanilang organization, meaning to say, they will not invest. Meaning to say, kasi nga, they will not invest. Dahil ang talagang dahil na ngayon is how to keep the business afloat, how to keep the company going, and so on. But you know for a fact that marami pa rin if you would like to see our employees to be on track and be on top of the game. Meaning to say, there's still the need let them be motivated, to let them be trained in so many aspects, whether it's business development, whether in sales, whether in operation, whether in leadership, and so on. So ano ibig sabihin natin, everyone? We need to see our people moving forward. We need to see our people to stand out. We need to see our companies working on details and making sure that we will be ahead of the pack, ahead of our competition. One of those na pwede natin gawin is to keep them relevant even during this pandemic. If you would like to know about our programs, send us an email, drop us a message. The details is below. Whether you want your team to be culturally fit, whether you want your team to be sales masters in their class, whether you want your frontline management team to be very good, whether you see how do you build the culture within the organization, do let us know. We can help you out. Hope to see you guys soon. Keep safe, and I would like to see and hear from you. See you, everyone.
Welcome to the Paulo Tibig Show, ang babago sa Saturday habit mo. At these crucial times, we all definitely need a boost in our work and business performances. That is why TPTS is here to provide you all access to valuable business contents to help entrepreneurs and corporate professionals. We will equip you with insights, best practices, and motivation toward excellence in the workplace. This show will also feature real stories, industry learnings, and authentic experiences from our seasoned experts and leaders. Are you ready to learn and stand out? Kung oo, then ano pang hinihintay mo? Tune in na sa The Paulo Tibig Show, the show for your businesses and companies. The Paulo Tibig Show.
Kampana ng simbahan ay nanggigising na, at waring nagsasabi na tayo'y magsimba. Magising at magbangon, tayo'y magsilakad, at masiglang tumuhin ang ating simbahan. Ang kampana'y tuluyang nanggigising upang tayong lahat ay manalangin ang bendisyon.
Ayan, everyone, magandang gabi ulit. Ito na naman tayo sa bumabago ng ating Saturday night habit, diba, dito sa The Paulo Tibig Show. Parang napaka-appropriate ng ating music, diba, yung ating intro music ngayong gabi. Kasi nga, kung papansin nyo rin, everyone, doon sa likod natin, diba, meron akong 3 paron. Pula, green at dilaw. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan ipakita pa rin natin yung kasiyahan natin, yung kapaskuhan, kahit narito at narito tayo sa pandemic. So, alam mo naman na ang Pinoy, talaga naman kahit anong sabihin natin, kahit anong mangyari, kailangan mag-celebrate tayo ng kapaskuhan, siyempre with our families, diba? With our friends, Iba nga lang ngayon, probably may virtual setup doon sa ating pagsasama, but yung spirito, yung talagang tunay na kahalagahan, dapat nasa puso natin, nasa bawat isa sa atin, at talaga naman patuloy, di ba, na bibigyan natin ng halaga ano ang kahulugan ng Kapaskuhan. So yan, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat mula dun sa ating mga viewers dito sa Pilipinas at sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa. At syempre, doon sa ating mga viewers all over the world kung saan nare-reach ngayon ang ating show. Kaya nga, ano masasabi natin? Ito lang pagkakataon, di ba? I-share nyo na ang ating link doon sa ating mga kaibigan sa ating network nang sa ganon, mas maraming mag-benefit, mas maraming matutunan, mas maraming ma-inspire, mas maraming ma-motivate, at lalo na, mas maraming tayong ma-reach out through this TV show. Sabi ko nga, ito na yung unang PPT shouts natin. Napakarami ng comment dito. Gusto natin yung bigyan ng pagkakataon. Ating viewers. Hey, Chris Cobo, magandang gabi, Chris. Yan, Sia Bianca Saho, magandang gabi. Sir Edgar Agustin, good evening, Sir Edgar, at sa ating mga viewers. Jean Den, good evening from Pasig. Edward Perez, magandang gabi. Edward, Yoli De Jesus, ayan, yung ating mga UAE viewers, magandang gabi. Anong oras na ngayon dyan? Alvin De Cruz from Abu Dhabi again, magandang gabi, Alvin. Magandang gabi sa inyo dyan. Miss Mabel Kuria, tama pa ma'am. Hi Coach Paul and everyone watching from Manila. Good evening ma'am. Sir Ed Agustin, good evening watching from Cavite. Yes, Kenya, Pasko na talaga Sir Paulo. Yes, malamig. Malamig. Naka-blazer ako ngayon. At kung nasaan man kayo ngayon, dapat malamig din sa mga lugar ninyo. Yan, Alvin Jesus, ito ang show na madami kang matututunan kay here in UAE. Magandang gabi sa Dubai, Abu Dhabi, at lahat ng dyan pa sa Emirates, no? Maligayang Pasko, ayan, maligayang Pasko rin sa inyo in advance. Guernava, good evening to all followers from Santa Rosa, Laguna. Magandang gabi, Ma'am Gwen. Ling ano? Nice Saturday again, Sir Paul. Maraming salamat. Our tututuling girl, Melody Inuperio, good evening, watching from Bacolod. Ayan, maraming salamat, Melody from Bacolod. So, patuloy po, again, share nyo na po itong show natin. And definitely, kung may comment kayo, at napakaganda po ng topic natin na naman, ang episode topic natin at this point. So, kung meron kayong katanungan, i-comment nyo na kagad yan kasi para masagot ng ating bisita ngayong gabi. Napaka-special po. Again, linggo-linggo naman, tuwing Sabado, talagang, ayan, merong Harvey the Mighty. Hi, host. Pogi host, guwapong host. Watching from Malaysia. Merry Christmas po. Angel. Ikaw ba yan, Angel? Yung ating mga YouTubers o Angel, please share with your YouTuber network itong ating show ngayon para doon sa ating YT channel also. Talagang malaman nila good things about our PPT shows. Yan ang initial natin PPT shout out to everyone. So, kumusta po kayo? Kumusta yung ating linggo? Alam ko, past few days, ito kanina, napak-traffic. Napifeel na nga raw kahapon yung traffic bukod doon sa NLEX na RFID at SLEX at doon sa lahat. At talagang nagdudulot ngayon ng traffic. So, I hope that you are in good condition, less stress, less anxiety, kahit na po yung paligid natin so much of the negativity, ayaw natin yun. Gusto natin lahat ng positive nangyayari ngayon, hindi sa COVID, hindi sa COVID. So in our case, also, this week, we have some radio guesting. Siyempre, yung ating mga talks pa rin, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yan. At patuloy pa rin. Ngayong December, sabi ko nga, parang pahinga na dapat kami for December. We're planning for next year. Pero, naku, Diyos ko, marami pa rin pong engagement na for December na hindi ko pa rin matanggihan. So, I hope patuloy pa rin to. Now, Everyone, I would like to, given this December na Christmas na, ano ba yung best Christmas gift that you can give this time? Di ba? Ito na po, nilalabas na po namin officially yung holiday book bundle. Book bundle na aming officially nilalabas na ngayon na you will be getting 2 books. Buy one, take one na po ito. Una, nating best-selling book, The Strategies of a Champion Entrepreneur, na talaga naman ilang taon na po siya na bestseller. And yung aking recently release is Stand Out, How to Live Without Losing Your Values is an Ethical Leadership Book. Now, ano ang pinakamaganda rito? You can get it for only $5.99. Those bundled books already free shipping na. So, talaga pong naging parang buy one, take one na. So, if you wanted to get a copy of those bundled books, let us know. Nandyan po yung details. Meron na po at marami na po umorder. Pang-regalo sa kanilang team, pang-regalo sa kanilang dealers, pang-regalo sa kanilang franchisee, pang-regalo sa kanilang empleyado. Kasi mamimili tayo ng mga bagay na hindi naman, di ba, na nakakatulong o kasiyaan, siguro sabihin natin. Pero ito po yung valuable na isa natin nakita na ibibigay sa ating mga mahal sa buhay, sa ating mga empleyado, sa ating mga kaibigan, at sa ating mga kasama office-mate sa company. So, let us know that book bundle only for this holiday. Okay. Now, follow us on social media. Di ba yung social media account natin on Facebook, sa ating page, sa ating account, Paulo Tibig, sa Twitter, sa Instagram, sa LinkedIn, at syempre doon sa ating YouTube channel. Kaya nga po, huwag niyo kalilimutan, kung hindi niyo po napapanood sa YouTube channel natin, mag-subscribe na po kayo ngayon and hit the bell button kung kalilimutan yun para doon sa YT space, talagang napapanood din po nila. Now, kung namimiss natin po yung ating mga shows sa YT po, you can go back and basically watch our past episode. Similarly, marami po tayo doon content that you can have na video content for your pleasure, for your learnings and motivation. You can always get them through our YT channel. Yan ha. So, again, social media natin. And by the way, ito na po ha, as early as now, ang dami po namin inquiries. Why? Ang dami na po kasi for January, for first quarter, many companies wanted to really get their team on track and getting ahead of the pack of the competition. So ano pong ibig sabihin? If you wanted us to speak with your team, with your conferences, with your summits, with your rallies, with your kick-offs, di ba? Let us do, kasi as early as now, ang dami na po namin inquiries to speak to a lot of companies. So, naglalatag na po kami ng schedule hanggang Marso, mula Enero. So, kung gusto niyo po kami and we can collaborate, we can speak on your next event starting January, February, March, and onwards. For bookings and inquiries, do let us know, and dyan po ang detalye sa screen, yung email po namin, Paulo Tibig Corporate Trainings, or just message us, yung team namin, Paulo Tibig Corporate Trainings. We'll be glad to get in touch with you and customize and collaborate your requirements. Also, our programs, di ba? Siyempre, yung ating programa from Mindset of Champions to Love Support Program, to our culture building, to our sales masters program. Maglalabas po kami ng mga promotional materials for this, standard leadership, yung katatapos nating Simplified Strategic Planning Workshop, the next ladder, and yung ating ito po, ngayon lang maririnig, Spread 4, NLP-based, virtual, mind you, virtual team building. So again, first quarter is quite full, medyo talagang po ito. So let us know as early as now so we can let the schedule na matrabaho po natin with these signature programs. And this point, we would like to also to congratulate and we would like to also welcome our newest Workplace Excellence PH members. I hope na nakikita ko sila nandito ngayon, nagko-comment sila. Maraming salamat for joining. We, alam niyo, this professional community group in FP is really growing, and we hope that you can learn from it, get motivated, network with it, and we have plans na ilalatag namin pa in January so you can further boost and really get value from one another through our Workplace Excellence PX. At uunahan ko na rin po, abangan nyo, in the next weeks, may i-announce po kami na malaking event na mangyayari. Hopefully, end of Feb, middle of Feb, whether the first of years. Malaking event po ito na we hope that you will be joining. Yan, ha? Hey, I would like also to thank our partner, Global Pinas TV, for joining and for simultaneously streaming this episode and this show live. Maraming salamat, Sir Ismael, Global Pinas TV 168. Nakakahingal. And syempre yung brand hacks natin, yung sponsorship opportunities. If you wanted to get your message across to your target customer, alam naman po natin itong customers, itong mga viewers natin, from professional corporate executives, top management, and syempre nasa business, HR, sales leaders, marketing, practitioners, and so on. If you wanted to get your message across to your target customer, meron pa kami segment, this brand up segment is for you. So, alam na po yan, ha? So, if you really wanted to grow your business, grow your brand up is one way for us to grow. Now, yung excitement natin sa ating raffle show, raffle show na, di ba? Yung ating Tutok to Win raffle promo, just few weeks ago, binago natin ng format. Ito na po yung mechanics ngayon. Everyone, listen to this. If you wanted to join Tutok to Win raffle promo, register, hit that L9/Tutok to Win every episode to make sure you fill up the details to join the raffle. Number one. Second, mechanics natin. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe us in our YouTube and Facebook channel. Yan, ha, Paulo Tibig. Stay from now till end of the show for our raffle draw. Mamaya po, ano ba i-raffle natin? Una, ito, ha, yung ating best-selling book at ating standout book. At baka next week, meron na. Naku, meron na, hinahabol po ngayon. Hindi ko lang alam kung kaya. Kaya ko lang. Pero next week, bukod po rito, may product na po na kasamang premyo sa ating Tutok to Win raffle. Kaya nga sabi ko, if you wanted to partner with us, do join us, do let us know. Your product will be reaching not just the country but all over the world. Yan, ha? Yan. So, and then, join us now with the Tutok to Win raffle promo. Baka nalimutan pa ako. At kapag ka nag-random select tayo, we need you to be here. Ilagay nyo na present kayo or yung hashtag na the Paulo Tibig Show and present para ma-acknowledge natin mamaya when we select randomly the viewer na pinaka, di ba, nanalo sa ating game for today and for tonight. Okay, so now, if you are excited, everyone, bago po natin introduce yung ating guest, alam mo, last week, di ba, yung ating last public run ng webinar, yung ating Journey to Prosperity, ginawa namin po siyang ginawa po namin siyang webinar for a cause. Kasi nakaschedule na talaga siya ng November 28, but nangyari yung bagyo, nangyari yung lahat ng sakuna. So minarapat po namin na sa pamamaraan ng ating show, sa pamamaraan ng ating mga webinar na binibigay, minarapat po natin na naging donation drive po ito na sa halagang 500 na yung donation mo, maibibigay po natin ang lahat ng proceeds na ito doon sa ating mga kababayan doon sa Cagayan. So kahit po sa pagkakit ito, nagawa po namin siya, nakahanap tayo ng pondo sa mga mag-attend po ng webinar na libre ito. Maraming salamat for joining us. Maraming salamat po sa kaunting tulong na ito. Napakalaking bagay na po ito sa maraming kababayan natin doon sa Cagayan. And with that, we decided that we will be extending ilaw ng Cagayan para sa Cagayan through AFI. Nandito po sa atin ngayon si Mr. George Wilkie. Partner, magandang gabi. And, sir, greeting mo na, George. Nakamute ka.
Good evening po. Sorry, good evening po. Maraming salamat for inviting me here.
Yan, si George po, in behalf of nagkaroon po sila ng mega podcast last week. At yun nga po, syempre nangalap din po ng pondo para po nga sa ilaw ng Cagayan through AFI, through Philippine Marketing, at marami pong partners, di ba, ibang podcast show para nga po makakalap ng tulong. And George, maraming salamat at ito siguro sa simpleng paraan nitong The Paulo Tibig Show, sa simpleng paraan ng Workplace Excellence PH, sa simpleng paraan ng ng ating The Paulo Tibig Corporate Trainings Company, minarapat namin na ibahagi through this ilaw na Cagayan para sa Cagayan promo itong aming nakalap. Pagpasensya na siguro ceremonially everyone, we are now turning over to through George Winnicki the amount of 10,000 na na-accumulate namin through that webinar for a cause last year. So mapapansin niyo po, itong show na to, bukod sa marami po tayong natututunan, ito na po kahit pa paano nagiging paraan o venue sa pagtulong sa ating mga kababayan. Kaya nga po, last week, minarapat din po natin na ang ating episode is the joy of giving. And that joy of giving po, ito yung paraan natin sa kahit maliit na bagay, yung act of kindness na ipiprovide natin, sana po makatulong ng marami sa maraming tao nating kababayan. Sabi ko nga, kung fortunate tayo, kung blessed tayo, let's all extend our help, di ba, morally, physically, financially, and things that can help other people, lalo na kung tayo naman po ay talagang blessed. So sa mga, Sir George, sa mga nandito ngayon na nag-join sa ating public run na webinar for a cause, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And ito ngayon po, hinahand over namin, virtual na rin to, partner, virtual na rin. Ito yung symbolic check na ipapasok na namin sa inyo hopefully by Monday, that we have proceed of about 10,000 na honestly, lahat po ng proceed dito, tineturn over na po natin through Mr. George Winnicki. Sir, ito na po officially yung check na iti-turn over namin para po sa ilaw, para sa Cagayan. George?
Okay, maraming salamat. In behalf of AFI, Paulo, maraming salamat. And in behalf of the chairman of Rebuild Cagayan, Jonathan Camcam, maraming salamat. Matutuwa po ang mga kababayan natin sa Cagayan. Alam mo, Paulo, itong 10,000 na to, makakapagpailaw na to ng 16 houses sa Cagayan. To date po, wala pa rin po silang ilaw. So nakakaawa naman kung magpapasko sila ng madilim. So nagbigay liwanag po itong Paulo Tibig Show. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga kababayan. Alam mo, Paulo, napaka-successful po ng podcast rin po natin noong Sabado dahil lahat po ng artista sumuporta sa atin. Andun po si Mr. Lea Salonga at saka yung iba pa, si Ms. Noy Villante, Jelly de Belen, and to name others, name others pa, marami. And maraming salamat din sa kaibigan natin na si Raymond Isaac. Kasi isa siya sa mga tumulong sa atin na magkaroon ng isang mega podcast para sa ilaw sa Cagayan. Again, maraming salamat po in behalf of AFI.
Ayan, so maraming salamat Sir George at yung ating maraming viewers na talaga umattend last week, no? So maraming salamat sa inyo. Alam nyo kung sino kayong lahat na nandun sa picture. George, maraming salamat and I hope na sa simpleng paraan na ito na ibahagi namin kahit pa paano in this show, to our webinar, yung parang tulong sa ating kababayan. Maraming salamat, George.
Paulo, hindi po to simple. Malaking halaga po to. Maraming salamat ulit.
By the way, baka gusto mo na silang imbitahan sa virtual expo na nangyayari simula kanina para
kung naghahanap po kayo ng mga iririgalo, at naghahanap kayo na maibibenta, kunyari nagre-reseller kayo sa mga lugar ninyo, pumunta po kayo, ongoing po yung Bayanihan Reseller Expo. I-type nyo lang po yung TINY, Tiny, okay, TINY, url.com/Bayanihan Seller Expo 2020. Ulitin ko po, i-type nyo lang po sa ano nyo, computer nyo. TINY url.com/Bayanihan Reseller Expo 2020. Alam niyo po, pag kayo po yung nagpunta dito, makakatulong pa kayo sa mga kababayan natin kasi magkakaroon po ng yung proceeds ng aming expo mapupunta rin sa ilaw sa Cagayan. So maraming salamat po again, Paulo, and enjoy the show. Okay, so binabati ko po ang aking asawa, ang aking lola, aking lolo, ang barangay captain namin dito. Good evening po.
Ayan, pina-flash natin yung link. Ayan po yung link. Kung nakikita niyo po yung link, so sana po yung Bayanihan Reseller na nangyayari na start for today, tangkilikin po natin. Sabi ko nga, George, let's buy and support our local brands. Ito po ang paraan para matulungan natin na bumangon, mag-bounce back yung ating mga MSME. Thank you, George. See you later. Maraming salamat. Thank you. Ilaw ng Cagayan. Maraming salamat. Okay, everyone, stick around, everyone. Ito na. Sabi ko we all know that it takes time, di ba? And courage in building a profitable brand. But have you ever wondered how a company or business builds the recognition to become, di ba? To become the most influential in the country that everyone wants to work with. Brands are not like us. Brands cannot do what they do. Need to be directed. Brands do not have built-in learning mechanism, but are built over a period of time. If you are now excited, let me show you first our weekly standout quote for the week. Yan, standout quote natin. To be a brand leader is a privilege where you become part of people's lifestyle. So, ibig sabihin, pag po ang brand leader na sa kanyang category, yung product na yan o service man yan, at parte na ng buhay at lifestyle ng isang mamimili, ng isang customer natin, ng consumer natin, then definitely, that's now the indication and validation that your brand, your product, your service, your company, your business is now heavy, diba? Leading its way to be the number one or to be the leading brand in the country. Parang ganun po yung quote natin. Kindly that, everyone, let me introduce to you our special guest for tonight. Paco Magsaysay o Francisco Paco Magsaysay is a down-to-earth, totoo po ito, amiable family man, dedicated to his children and his craft. Behind Paco's easy, outgoing demeanor is a visionary brimming with noble ideas and boundless enthusiasm. This prime mover and dynamic creator of Carmen's Best Ice Cream never ceases to amaze the people around him with his penchant for excellence and superior quality. Paco is the proud dad of Jamie, Carmen, and Mickey, plus two wonderful Shih Tzus, Duchess, and Petunia. I hope tama to, Paco. Paco Magsaysay takes us back to Carmen's Best Ice Cream's humble beginnings. The story of Carmen's Best started in 2007 when his father, former Senator Jun Magsaysay, together with his friends, bought a farm in Bai, Laguna. When they started the dairy farm, they had in mind to offer 100% fresh milk. This means that the milk is pasteurized at the right temperature for fresh milk, which is 76.5 degrees. Whereas most milk available in the market is prepared differently to prolong shelf life. At first, they had trouble selling the milk because it doesn't last as long as the other commercial brands. So, Paco's dad, di ba, nagpatulong siya at kung paano gagawin dun sa kanilang milk, sa produce. And they say necessity is the mother of all invention. In October 2009, they registered the company Carmen's Best Dairy Products, not knowing yet what they will be making ice cream. They started playing with flavored milk, cheese, pastillas, and other possible products you can imagine with the milk. It was only about a year after when they realized the potential of creating the product that they truly love. Paco remembered that during those times in the travels growing up, there's one thing that they always wanted to try: ice cream. Paco lived most of his growing years in the US, so he was exposed to a variety of flavors and perhaps very Western ones, which later on become strong influence in the flavors they make. His travel inspired a lot of flavors from offerings such as Hokey Pokey from New Zealand, the Spanish Turon in Spain, almond ice cream. Every flavor has a story. Mamaya malalaman po natin yan. Ha? And I think they were able to successfully put that in the menu of Carmen's Best. They first made 3 flavors: chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. Then later on experimented with more complex one like salted caramel, Brazilian coffee, buttered pecan, malted milk, and which remain to be the best sellers until now. But even then, they made it a point to use the only best ingredients. I think that's the key here, best ingredients when they create flavors. They never make shortcuts. Look at that one, everyone. They never make shortcuts. And each of them are made with a distinct character and inspiration. Just thinking of those flavors during those travels, Paco always remembered the happiness that he felt if eating them. And that's exactly the feeling that he wanted to get from, diba, from where? From Carmen's Best. So, Carmen was born in 1997. She's the name of the brand, Carmen's Best. The fact that it is Carmen's name, he will never shortchange the quality of the ice cream because it's the name of her daughter. Yan. And never cut back on the ingredient to save or earn even for a bit of money. Because that means he will not, syempre, it's not being true to Carmen. Another brand would have made sense of detachment. You can do what you want, but not with this one. Yun ang sabi ni Paco. And when it is your only daughter's name at stake, there's no different attachment to it. It is more personal. Everyone, katulad ng ginagawa natin every episode, let's show our appreciation and welcome to the founder of the famous Carmen's Best, Mr. Paco Magsaysay. Ayan.
Wow. Good evening.
Hello, Paco. Sorry kung medyo na-extend ng konti doon sa preliminaries because
No problem.
ating seremonyang ilaw ng Cagayan.
Very
And
important naman yan.
Yan. Batiin mo muna, Paco, yung ating viewers from the rest of the country and all over the world. Go ahead, Paco.
First of all, thank you for inviting me to your show. I still remember when you first started, and it's grown so much in the last few weeks and couple of months. Thank you for the people who are listening in and watching. You will learn a lot from Sir Pao. Even I learn a lot from Sir Pao. He doesn't know that, but I read his books, and I learn a lot from him. So just keep on listening to him, and it's good for you.
Uy, maraming salamat ha. Pero syempre, ngayong gabi, ikaw ang bida dito sa aming lahat. At nakita naman yung ating mga viewers talagang, I'm sure excited na excited kayong lahat. Ngayon, everyone, kung meron po kayong mga katanungan, kung meron po kayong mga gustong malaman tungkol sa Carmen's Best, at hindi ko lang alam kung isi-share sa atin ni Sir Paco yung kanyang love story, di ba? But yung love niya siguro sa ice cream, definite na ako dyan doon sa kanyang love sa ice cream. But kung meron kayong gustong malaman pa, i-comment nyo na, i-share nyo na. At sa lahat ng inyong network, itong matututunan natin ngayong gabi, alam nyo naman, di ba, the insight that we'll be getting from Paco Magsaysay is something that you will be, di ba, relishing for the rest of our corporate and our business life. Paco, so siguro hindi ko na patatagalin to ha. I'm sure you have prepared something for our viewers. We will let you probably present it already, and then mamaya siguro magkaroon tayo ng konting chit-chat at siguro expound pa natin yung inyong presentation. Everyone, let's all welcome Mr. Paco Magsaysay.
Thank you, Pao. Well, first of all, I always try to make a difference. So my short presentation this evening is titled "Make a Difference." Next. So the first thing I always say is you have to adopt a growth mindset. Now, what does that mean? It means that you are not accepting things how they are. You're always challenging what you see, what you know. You're always thinking, how can it be different? How can it be better? So by having a growth mindset, you're not settling on what is there or what is present. It's important that you have an inquisitive mind, meaning you're questioning a lot of things. You're always doing a lot of research, and it could be about anything from whether it's horoscope, it's types of apps that could make you be more how do you say, more productive. It could be learning a new craft, or something that you enjoy doing. But you're constantly trying to make yourself better. I think that's what a growth mindset means. Next. So the book that you can read, which I got so much from, is from Carol Dweck. She's one of the teachers in Stanford University. And if you can get a hold of this book, if you can just read it and go back to it every once in a while, because you'll pick up so much from it. And next, please. As you'll see, the biggest asset in the world is your mindset. So whatever holds you back, you say, hindi ko kaya yan, or hindi ko gagawin yan, or baka mapahiya ako. It's really your mindset that's stopping you. So, when we started the ice cream business in 2011, of course, we did not know how it was going to grow, but we wanted to come up with the best possible ice cream. And that's what we did. From day one, we kept on making, that was our mantra. We wanted to make the best possible ice cream. And look where we are now. I mean, it's a household brand, and many people seem to be enjoying our product. Next, please. The other thing I would like to talk about is grit. Now, what is grit? Grit is the power of passion and perseverance. It's what separates people who fail from people who succeed. It's people who work super, super hard. And they don't take they see failure as a part of success. They don't see it as an opposite of success, because when you're trying hard, you're working hard, you will fail, and you will fail more than once. Now, how are you going to react when you fail, right? That's where grit comes in. Kung ayaw mong matalo, kung ayaw mong ma-zero yung sales mo for the day, gagawa ka ng paraan para maka-close ka ng sale, even one sale a day, no? So, that's the mindset of just really working hard and not accepting defeat. And, when you start a business, it's so difficult starting a business because, in 2011, nobody knew what Carmen's Best was. And nobody knew me as a food person. I mean, I like to eat, I like to eat. I like to eat desserts, but nobody knew me in the food business because I was working in a very different industry prior to being in food manufacturing, which is very different from what industry I was in prior to food manufacturing. So grit is a key element in a person's success, because the more gritty you are, the higher a chance of success you will have. Okay, so next, please. So the book that I read for this was from Angela Duckworth, and it's called Grit. But you learn so much from the book of Angela, because it'll make you ask yourselves a lot of questions as to how you are as a person. Do you have what it takes to start a business from scratch? So all these questions will come to play when you do decide to put up your own business or not. Next, please. Okay, so all of us are going through difficult times, especially this past 2020. Very difficult times, and a lot of businesses are shutting down. People are losing their jobs. But you have to see the bright side of things, because if you get lost in all the negativity that's happening, it's going to pull you down. The most important thing is your health, diba? So for as long as you can think about your work, you can think about your family, that means you're still healthy. So that's the most important, is your health. Because so many people have died in this past, several months, that if you have your health, then you're fine. Everything goes forward from there. You lost your job, you can get another job. Your business went down, you can bring it back up, or hopefully you can put up another business. So your health is most important. Try to look at the good side of things, try to look at the positive side of things, and smile, because when you smile, people are more open to you. People are more open to talk to you, people are more open to exchange ideas with you. When I was working in our shop in power plant, last year, or the past few years, I'm always smiling at people, because I want them to come in to our shop. I want them to try our ice cream. I want to answer any questions they might have. So when you have a smiling face, you become more open to people, and people are more, they sort of gravitate toward you. So try to smile. Next, please. So what does that mean? A rising tide lifts all boats. I don't see that if somebody buys another ice cream that is not Carmen's Best, it means they will not buy from me. For me, I see that, if the other ice cream companies do well, it's also good for me. That's why when I'm visiting groceries, I'm always checking the freezers of my competitors and I'm closing it properly para hindi sumisingaw yung lamig, no? So I always try to see what I can do to make things better for others. Now, it could be a simple act of checking freezers of your competitors, or it could be even how you deal with your suppliers, how you deal with your employees, how you deal with your resellers. For me, if I'm able to help my resellers from day one, I always tell them, your success is my success. So from day one, I'm helping them earn money, right? We don't charge a franchise fee, because for me, it's not my way of doing business. I prefer working with somebody that from day one, pareho kaming kikita. Hindi yung ako lang muna kikita, tapos pag kinita mo yung franchise fee na binayad mo sa akin, then you start earning. For me, I want to start earning with my reseller from day one. That's why I say a rising tide lifts all boats. Next, please. And what is karma? Karma is like there's a scoreboard of the good things that you do and the bad things that you do. It's to your advantage if you have a lot more things that you're doing that's good than that's bad. And trust me, when you do things without expecting anything in return, good things happen to you. Basta, trust me on this. Try doing it. Try doing good deeds for several days, and you'll notice good things will start happening to you. And that's just how it is, And I think I realized this several years ago. And whether it's dealing with people, dealing with family members, dealing with business partners, I think if you have good intentions toward them, or good intentions toward the project, good things happen. So as much as possible, pay it forward and help other people, and not expect anything in return. Next, please. Okay, so here I talk about experts are not always right. Now, when I started making ice cream in 2010, 2011, I didn't talk to any ice cream expert as to how we should make our ice cream. I just watched YouTube, and based on my watching YouTube and on the little understanding I had of ice cream, I created a formula that up to now, we've tweaked it a couple of times, but up to now, it's still pretty much the same recipe. And it turns out to be a better recipe than a lot of other ice cream manufacturers, because I created the recipe based on how I wanted my ice cream to taste. Right? I didn't ask experts what was the proper recipe, or what was the proper butterfat, proper air content, proper ingredients to use in making ice cream. It all came from me, in a sense that This is how I want my ice cream. I want it to have fresh milk. I want it to have the best ingredients. I don't want it to have a lot of air. I definitely don't want any water in it. So when I came up with my idea of what how ice cream should taste, it was not because I spoke to an expert. It was because it's how I wanted ice cream to be. And that's what Carmen's Best is. We don't even have a base mix. Now, if you think of a base mix, many companies will have a base mix. They put vanilla, it becomes vanilla ice cream. They put strawberry, it becomes strawberry ice cream. They put chocolate, it becomes chocolate ice cream. Kami, from ground up, it's all different. Right? So, parang custom-made ang ice cream namin kasi wala kaming base mix. Kaya, if you try the chocolate, it's very different from the butter pecan. It's very different from the Brazilian coffee. It's very different from the pistachio. Because wala kaming base mix. From ground up, it's very different from each other. So I suggest that you try more flavors of Carmen's Best because we really make it differently. Okay, so don't always listen to the experts because they will only define things within established limits, right? But if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to get out of the box, and you want to be different from everybody else. So the experts will tell you things based on the established limits, and you don't want to be within the established limits, right? So next, please. An example is the Decca Records executive who heard the Beatles in 1962. Sabi niya, the Beatles have no future in show business. And that was an expert. Next, please. Ken Olson, the guy who developed DEC. They were doing cash registers and computers back in the 70s and 80s. He said there's no reason any individual would want a computer in their home. And now all of us have a computer in our homes. So obviously that expert wasn't right. And the last one. Next, please. So Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers, who was former Microsoft CEO in 2007, said there's no chance that the iPhone is going to get any significant market share. No chance. And where's the iPhone now, right? So, the experts are not always right. So, listen to them, but also have your own gut and do what you want. Next, please. So A players hire A plus players. Now, what does this mean? If you're in the position to hire people better than you. Okay. An example, when I got into the ice cream business, I had practically zero experience being in food manufacturing because my other industry was cable TV, which is very different now. So what did I do? The people I hired, whether it was food techs, it was plant operators, it was logistics people, they were all ice cream related people, right? I needed to tap their network. I needed to tap their experience in moving forward in growing the company. So I was sort of the captain of the ship. I was giving the the orders, but I would also listen to all my people who had a lot more years experience working in the industry. So, if you have the opportunity to get people who are better than you, you should get people who are better than you because you don't know everything. I don't know everything. So I'm always listening to people, trying to take in what information I can get from them. And then at the end of the day, it's my decision as to what I'll do, and I'll decide on how I feel we should move forward. So try to get people who are better than you. Next, please. Perfect your pitch. Now, what does this mean? This means that before you go to a client call, before you go to a restaurant where you're going to present your ice cream, or to a coffee shop, try to understand who you're talking to. Are you talking to the owner? Are you talking to the supervisor, the manager? Are you talking to a chef? It's going to be different who you're talking to. So your pitch has to be different. You have to understand how to approach each person. And iba-iba yung, as they say in Tagalog, iba-iba yung kiliti ng tao, no? So you have to, through experience, I guess, you will understand how to get the right attention from the person so that they'll really open up and listen to what you have to say. because they're not going to give you a lot of time, for one. Even if they give you time, more often than not, they don't give you time. But if they give you time, make sure it's short and sweet, and you're able to relay your value proposition within a couple of minutes. Think of an elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is anywhere from 30 seconds to about 2 minutes. That's about the time you're stuck in an elevator with whoever you're with, right? So if you're able to have a good elevator pitch, then you'll be able to give out your value proposition to your meeting at a short amount of time. Okay, next please. As I said earlier, you'll be spending a lot of time, no weekends, no holidays, when you start your business. I remember the first 4 to 5 years of our business, I was spending anywhere from 14 to 16 hours a day working, And since we didn't know that the company was going to grow, we couldn't afford to hire people. I was doing a lot of the manufacturing of the ice cream. I was doing a lot of the delivery. I was doing the sales calls. I was doing the collection. I was doing everything. And, I had a few people helping me from our other office, like Dali and Rona in purchasing. But for the most part, all of that will fall on you. Because as I was thinking, if the company fails, they're not going to blame other people. They're going to blame me, right? If the company fails, I am the failure. And I didn't want that to happen. The fact that I named it after my only daughter, Carmen, the more it made me work harder, that I felt that this thing had to succeed. There's no way I'm going to make this thing fold or close down. No? So, you should also find a way to have your, what motivates you to work hard, what motivates you to succeed. No? So it's important that you have to love what you do, because at the end of the day, you'll be spending a lot of time working your business. Next, please. What Paulo didn't tell you earlier was when the farm first started in 2006, 2007, I didn't want anything to do with it. I didn't want to attend any of the meetings. I didn't want to go to the farm. I didn't want to do anything with it. But it was after a year or a year and a half that my father approached me and said, "Can you help us sell the milk?" And when your father does that, it's hard to turn him down. So that was the only time that I really started looking at how I could help solve the issue of the milk not being sold. No, so initially I was afraid of the unknown, which is a very common feeling. No, people don't like going to the unknown. They don't like feeling uncomfortable. They don't like going to new places. They don't like learning new things. And in a way, I was that way too when we first started. But in my journey, I realized, had I stayed that way, there would be no Carmen's Best. I wouldn't be talking to you now. I wouldn't have met Paulo, right? I'd still be working in our family business. But because I opened myself to the unknown, I opened myself to doing a career change at 43 years old, a total career change, 180 degrees. It's been the greatest thing that's happened in my life, because, it's defined me as a person. My kids see how hard it is to start a business from scratch. And it's been fantastic. The last 10 years has been amazing. So don't be afraid of the unknown, because for all you know, you'll find your Carmen's Best in the other corner that you're not going to. So be open and don't be afraid of the unknown. Next, please. That's not my dog, but it's just a dog that's that's being scared to jump. So that's pretty much my short talk. So if you have any questions, Pao, or your audience or your listeners.
Okay. Sabi ko nga, akala ko ito si Duchess ba o Petunia ba yung pangalan ng aso mo. But okay, ang ganda eh. Tama the insight that you're sharing with us right now. I'm sure all of our listeners. Oh, by the way, if you have questions, do comment, kasi meron akong mga natanggap na ilang question dito, Paco, with text. Kaya I was reading some of the texts on my phone. And eto, may isang tanong, ano. Sabi niya dito, parang I don't know if eto very good to, ano. Una, have you thought and may inkling ka daw ba that the brand Carmen's Best will really be, honestly, brother, and for the rest of, ako talaga, believer naman ako, and we have really, kung meron chance, no, namimili kami, alam mo, yung bahay namin malapit sa Mandaluyong, yung
Yeah.
isang reseller mo, si Dex, yung
Yes.
Chinese grocery store, di ba? And
Yeah.
katabi mo doon
Yeah.
yung mga ibang brand, similar to yun.
Yeah.
Alam mo naman yung mga brand na nandun. And parang laging nauubusan yung brand mo doon. So, okay. Ito yung tanong daw. May inkling ka ba of the brand will be, in its category at this point, will somehow be a major player in the ice cream business? Especially so, Paco, no, tama to eh. Especially so, na talaga namang parang sanay ang Pinoy sa mga brands na medyo sabihin na natin very reasonable, affordable. And you're getting into a space wherein talagang alam natin premium ice cream. Yung mga sabi mga Hope, di ba yung mga Ben and Jerry's, yun ang kategorya mo eh. Kung Pinoy, di ba? Pinoy taste. Pero, teka, ang mahal nito. I remember there was a time nung isang meeting natin, hindi ka magha-half gallon, hindi ka maggagalon. Di ba? Yung pint lamang would cost you X number of hundreds of pesos. So any inkling that you'll be part of that major brand hitting the senses of Pinoy palate for ice cream?
Paulo, when we started our business, we wanted to be as an example of what you could do with fresh milk, right? So we were working with the farm of my dad and his friends, and we wanted to come up with a product that it was going to be a sample of what a different kind of product you can come up using fresh dairy. So we wanted to make it the best way we could make it, because since we were the example, we had to make it top notch. And I have to admit that I did not come up with a 3 or 5 year plan when I was coming up with the ice cream business, because we were just there to make use of the milk that was going bad, that was getting spoiled, no? So imbes na tinatapon namin, we were just making it into another product, which was the ice cream, diba? In fact, I was selling it initially from my house lang in Alabang. And you have to milk the cows every day. So we were not even selling the ice cream fast enough. So that's how we kind of grew. Parang we had to find other outlets to sell the ice cream, because selling it lang in one outlet was not enough to take care of the capacity or yung mga nasisirang milk. So in short, I had no idea this was going to happen. So it's just, I think if you're sincere in when you say you're going to make the best ice cream you can make, you don't cut corners, you don't make tipid, and then you price it accordingly, I think you will hit your market. And I think for a long time, we were hitting our market.
Yeah.
The AB market was buying from us. But eventually, we became a little bit of aspirational, di ba? So once a month, pag nasweldo ko, bibili ako ng Carmen's Best. So yun ang nangyari. So people would buy our ice cream that we didn't think was our target market initially, no? Because ang mahal nga ng ice cream namin kasi ang mahal gawin eh. So yun, parang like I said, if you're sincere, people see through that. They see that you're sincere about what you're doing. We were just selling ice cream from milk from my dad's farm, and it just kept on growing and word of mouth.
Agree, no. And I like yung sinabi mo na you don't want to shortcut. And I think everyone, yung mga viewers natin, di ba, if you wanted to maintain the quality of our product or even our service, di ba, retail man tayo, nasa wholesale man, you don't need to cut corners. Ito pa ako, no, if I may share also with you and the rest of our viewers ngayon, na, di ba, with the pandemic, medyo nagkaroon na ngayon ng twist the way we wanted our brands, the way we wanted to make sure that our product or services is yung nasa top of our game. If you see right now, everyone, price for one is now getting a twist. Wherein why? People want to get more value out of the price. Example, di ba? Magkano nga ba isang pint mo? Yung pinakamura na lang. Ayun na. Oh, everyone, yung pinakamura na lang pero masarap pa rin. Ayoko sabihin, gusto ko sa yung manggaling eh. Sige, magkano?
385.
Ayan. 300 something, everyone ha. Alam mo naman natin po, isang galon na yon. Ano pa yun? 3-in-1 pa yun. Doon sa alam naman nating ibang brand. Naku, baka may ma-mention akong brand. Yun pala nakikinig sa atin yung ating kaibigan. Sino yun ha? Okay. So anong ibig sabihin natin? 300 plus. When you talk about the price, now people are getting into more what value that this product or service will bring into me. Parang what do I get from this 300 something? What value do I get? Diba? Sabi nga natin, is it something that is going to be feeling? It is something that's going to be rewarding? It is something that it's fulfilling at the same time. You're satisfied. You're, aspirational. Na-meet mo yung aspiration mo na parang ano to eh. Alam mo, for many people, Paco, yung brand mo parang ano to, Jollibee for other people. Na kada sweldo, Jollibee tayo. Ngayon, next level mo yung brand. Kapag sweldo, teka muna, ito yung ice cream natin. O parang, dapat nandun tayo sa Italianis o dapat nandun tayo sa Fridays. Ganun ang dating. If you know what I mean pa ako, no? So, naging aspirational na tipong, kapag ka lang merong, pag may birthday party, ito yung kailangan, aspirational, I need to have a break, those things. And it worked. In a way, it worked. So, ibig sabihin, everyone, leading brands is something that sabi nga natin will be incorporated and embedded in our lifestyle. So, meaning to say, Carmen's Best Paco is a brand that has already, captured and embedded in so many people's mind and palate. For one, tama ka. I agree with you. When you go out of town, go out of the country, and ang ice cream nandyan. And we really taste a lot of ice cream. Talagang iba, di ba? Versus yung nakasanayan natin. But everyone, yung katulad niyan, when you talk about leading the brand, parang for Paco, for Carmen's Best, ngayon, brother, what do you plan with this? How do you plan to work on with this to make it, simply says, sabihin na natin, still continuing to lead the way for the ice cream business in the country?
Well, about a year ago, December 15, 2019, we had a reseller in Singapore open an ice cream shop in Capital Piazza, which is across Raffles City, no? And so this December 15 will mark their first anniversary. So the quality that we sell here is the same quality we sell in Singapore. Now, what we're selling in Singapore, the past 1 year, despite the lockdown, the slowdown in the economy, my reseller is still doing well. Why? Because ice cream is not an expensive indulgence, right? If you say 385, you say 400. It's not really expensive for an indulgence. If you want to indulge in something really good, spending 385 is not a lot of money, right? Yeah. So even in Singapore, we noticed that despite the slowdown in the economy, pag natitikman nila yung Carmen's Best, talagang binabalik-balikan nila. Why? Because it's a quality product. They don't know Paco Magsaysay. They don't know Carmen. They have no idea who Carmen is. But they try the product and they base it on the quality. And that's how we really wanted our quality to be, that it will be so good that people will talk about it. And that's what's happening. When people try our ice cream, they say, wow, natikman mo ba yung Carmen's Best? So aside from the other things that they say about the Carmen's Best, but I want to concentrate with the quality of what we do. And we also understand that we're not selling to everybody. I mean, we're not looking to be the largest ice cream player in the market. We just want to be the best tasting ice cream.
In fact, I remember, di ba? Parang alam nyo, everyone, tama yung sasabi mo, Paco, dun eh. Minsan, you don't, I love what you have said earlier, no? Minsan, you don't need to listen to expert. Pero, you're debunking some myth. everyone hindi nyo basta-basta makikita that there are some promotional or marketing campaign with Carmen's Best. Tama ba pa ako? So, as mentioned, you let the quality speak in itself.
Yeah.
Tama, di ba? And I always tell people pa ako in my engagement also, parang let the good story, for example, of the brand, i-retell yan ng mga taong nakatikim, naka-try, and those stuff. Kasi once they have done it, it's more than the typical word of mouth. So, meaning to say, in your case, Paco, yung Carmen's Best kasi parang I call this parang evangelism marketing. When some influential people post in Facebook or in any social media, or somebody tells us about what's good about the brand, the product in itself, parang yung evangelism, parang we follow. Alam mo yung parang very influential. Kasi di ba typically word of mouth, it's one from one to another. But in evangelism marketing, it tells you about what? Isang sabi lang ni Paulo Tibig o isang sabi lang ni Paco Magsaysay. Tara nga, tikman natin yan. O tara nga, itry natin yan. O tara nga, subukan natin yan. And that works for the brand. Okay, Paco hold ka lang dyan kasi may mga comments tayo dito. And tama yan. Akala ko nag-ice cream ka. Inom-inom muna ng tubig muna dyan. Pahinga ka muna kasi you wanted to greet all.
Laway ko. Wala na akong laway.
Yung pasensya ka na. Medyo napahaba yung presentation. But at least I'm sure our viewers right now are listening. Can we flash, Camille, or all our comments and mga greetings pa rin natin. Okay. Paco, just listen Jonathan Ruiz from UAE. Again, UAE. Back watching your show. Magandang gabi, Jonathan. Kung anong oras man dyan ngayon sa UAE, naririnig nyo po live and alive, Mr. Paco Magsaysay, the one and only Carmen's Best. Den Llanes, good evening everyone. Den Llanes, Gardenia Bakeries. Nako, kumusta po sa mga taga Gardenia? O baka merong collaboration na pwede ang Gardenia with Carmen's Best. Let us know everyone, we can bridge you out. Jimbil Rebato, magandang gabi, Jimbil. Kung nasaan ka man, magandang gabi. Rowena Mamangon, if you're in Baguio right now, Weng, magandang gabi sa iyo for watching. Hope you're good. Paco, nanay ko, Ophelia Magtanong TV. Magandang gabi, Paolo, and to the speaker, Mr. Paco Magsaysay. Alam naman po natin, Paco, yung father mo, si Senator Magsaysay, malaking tulong dito sa ating mga public school dito sa atin. Dito sa ating Bataan National High School. By the way, Paco pala, ang roots din yan, medyo may pagkabataan po yan. Yung kanyang tatay, si ating Senator. Yan, mga Banson. Ayun, marami nakikinig sa atin dito, mga Banson din dito sa Bataan. Rina, my fave Saturday show. Good evening, Rina. Narinig mo ang sinabi Rina ni Sir Paco kanina, hire 8 players, sabi niya. Ayan. Salvacion, ayun. Galima, magandang gabi. Salvacion, maraming salamat for tuning in. Manong Bluetooth, hello Sir Paulo Tibig, maraming salamat. Manong Bluetooth. Gwen Naba, pinapalakpakan ka na nito, Paco ni Miss Gwen. Karen Moises, magandang gabi, Miss Karen. Thank you for joining us. Also, Albert Eustaquio, Sir Paulo, good evening. Sir, maraming salamat. Lily Onques, certified follower here from Bohol. Maraming salamat. O dyan sa Bohol, Ma'am Lily, sana matikman nyo rin yan, yan, naulit na natin sino pa? Meron pa, i-flash na natin yung iba, Camille. From Annalisa Canuel, magandang gabi, Miss Annalisa. Miss Gwen, yan yes, we love Carmen's Best. Gusto nyo ba, Miss Gwen, na susunod? May GC tayo ng Carmen's Best dito. Yan Marisa De Jesus, good listening to you, Paco. I'm your number 1 fan. By the way, maraming salamat po, Miss Marisa. And also, Paco, yung pinapag-greet mo, si Miss Vanessa from Rizal. Maraming salamat for watching and viewing, Miss Vanessa and Miss Marisa. Mabel Curia, I salute you, Mr. Paco Magsaysay, for being professional and a good leader, leading by example. Very good. We need people, particularly in the business industry, as humble as you, tulad ni Coach Paulo na nakaka-inspire panoorin for his sincerity, not to mention the learning from his show. Maraming salamat, Miss Mabel. Good things happen to good people. God bless both of you more. Maraming salamat, Miss Mabel. Miss Lily, I believe you, Sir Paco, when it comes to food, dapat not only tasty but the best quality too. Yan, maraming salamat, Miss Lily. Oh, ayan, yung Magsaysay, Jim, donated by his father. Ako, susunod malamang ikaw na nagdo-donate, hindi lang Jim. Baka planta na ng ice cream. Ayan. Maraming salamat kay Father. Extend our sincerest thanks sa Paco. Mylene Mañez, wow, we will try your ice. Nako, Mylene, you're missing a lot kung hindi mo pa natitikman ang ice cream ng Carmen's Best kung malapit sa inyo. By the way, Paco, everyone, before I proceed, by the way, mamaya, if you're looking for resellers, if you're looking for distributors, let us know, baka may mga interesado dito. Nakita mo naman, hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas, Malaysia, UAE, and other parts of the country, nandyan sila, ha? Okay, tuloy na natin, ituloy pa natin yung ating mga greetings ito. Snowflakes, Ares, good evening, Sir Paulo, good evening, Miss Snowflakes. Rolly Francisco, hello, Sir Paulo and Sir Paco, magandang gabi, Rolly. Marisa De Jesus, Del Cielo Restaurant in Los Baños, been selling Carmen's Best since 2012. I'm one of the first. Uy, magandang gabi po, Marisa.
They've been selling for us for quite some time.
Tama, mukhang nakakain na po ako dyan sa inyong restaurant in one visit in Los Baños. O tama, going to the papasok ng Los Baños to, no? Si Miss Marisa, Del Cielo Restaurant. Magandang gabi po sa inyo. Magandang gabi po sa inyo. Ayun, Paco, baka you wanted to invite, kunyari, reseller ba? Do you have plans for those or additional pa? Go ahead, Pax.
You know, when the pandemic hit and the lockdown happened, a lot of our restaurant, coffee shop, hotels, restaurants, and airline businesses, they stopped ordering from us. So we had to pivot and look for community resellers. So starting mga early April, we started taking in community resellers, and malaking tulong naman yung community resellers sa amin kasi for a long time hindi pwedeng lumabas, takot ang tao lumabas ng bahay nila or pumunta sa grocery. So the community resellers were, selling our products to our customers, our clients. It's only siguro they're now the second largest category for us because groceries is still number one. Bumabalik na yung mga tao sa mga groceries. But we're still looking for community resellers if you want to partner with us, to sell in your area.
Brother, dapat pala sinama mo sa slides mo. Anyway, sige, mention it right now para we can flash it also in our screen. Go ahead.
Well, just if you could message us in our Instagram or our Facebook fan page that you are inquiring to sell in your area, then we'll take it into consideration. Kung wala naman tao nagbebenta doon, then why not? Then we'd be happy to work with you.
Yan. Yan ha. Through this show, everyone, more than the learnings, it's also the opportunity that we are creating for you. And kung naririnig niyo po ang sinasabi ni Sir Paco ngayon at gusto niyo magnegosyo, syempre unang-una tikman niyo muna. Tikman niyo. Number one priority dapat yan. At pag natikman nyo na, I'm sure, baka yung reselling business, talagang pwede nyo na pong pag-isipang mabuti. At sabi nga ni Sir Paco, just message them on Instagram and sure, yung kanyang team will get in touch with you and probably try to work on with those opportunities. Okay, Paco, ko pa tong ibang nandito sa atin. Sige, kami natin yung mga nanditong comment and greetings pa rin natin para lahat mapagbigyan natin. Dennis Ferrer, good evening, Sir Paulo. I learned so much from Carmen's Best tonight. Thanks from Sorbetes de Manila. Hopefully, Dennis, you're getting a lot of insight from our good friend here, Paco, and I'm sure makatulong din po sa inyo. Sasa Oxinart, nako, heart lang ang binigay, Paco. So, naging Korean na tayo dito, heart na. So, ibig sabihin siguro talagang tuwan-tuwa siya din sa ating ayan, marunong ka pa ha. By the way congratulate natin si Paco, unang-unang lolo na po ito.
Yes, I'm a grandfather. I love it.
Yan, lolo na po si Paco. Kaya titikim ng ice cream. Michael Resierdo, good evening, Sir Paulo, Sir Paco. Magandang gabi. Ayan. So again, everyone I think, ayan, ito na. Tingnan mo pa ako, ang bilis ng team natin. For reseller inquiries, visit at Carmen's Best Instagram or Facebook account. Mamaya, magla-last message pa si Sir Paco for this. But at least, if you want everyone, if you wanted to get opportunity from Carmen's Best, ayan na po, pinapakita po natin. Now, anyway, just to announce again, if you wanted us, diba? Again, if you wanted us to be with your conferences, Paco, by the way, if you wanted me to speak with your team and your reseller, just let us know. We can probably get in touch with you and try to look for a very good way how to also get your team motivated, your resellers motivated for next year. Do let us know. We can always collaborate, speak with you for conferences, for summits, for your kickoff rallies, and those stuff by January and towards the end of the next year. Let us know. We can always talk and customize your need. Also, our programs for Minds of the Champion, Love of Work, Culture Building, Sales, to our team building, yung ating virtual team building, to our next ladder, Simplified Strategic Planning, and Standout Leadership. Do let us know. Yan. So, tapos yung ating bundled book, again, get the 2 book Strategies of a Champion Entrepreneur and Standout for only $599. Free shipping na po yan. And for bulk orders, yung mga nag-order na, maraming salamat sa inyo. Doon pa po for your best gift ever for 2021. Palagay ko, ito na po yung magandang pwede nating ibigay. Now, leading to our next, preview ko lang pa ako yung ating guest for next 2 weeks kasi we will be having a show till December 19 lamang. So we'll be having a break. So balikan tayo ng January. For next week, we'll be having the president, by the way, of Brothers Philippines and Mr. Glenn Hoxon. Ito po Japanese train. Ibig sabihin yung work ethics, yung ethics in the workplace. If you wanted to know and learn about why Japanese companies and businesses are well and good, ito na po ang pagkakataon, mapakinggan ninyo ang ating bisita from Brothers Philippines, the president, Mr. Glenn Hoxon. That's on December 12. And on December 19, the last episode natin for the year, we will be having our good friend Christine Babaw, Bersola Babaw, kilalang kilala, celebrity natin dito on personal budgeting kasi papasko na. So kailangan natin maintindihan kung paano natin i-handle ang ating finances, personal man yan, di ba? At sa ating paggastos ngayong holiday season. Yan. So yan, si Christine Babaw yung ating bisita. Okay. So gusto ko lang din i-announce yung ating mga nakikisuyong announcement dito. Paco, if you will indulge with this, no? Quick na lang po. Oo, itong ating mga sinusuportahan, yung ating Lingap Tura team. Yan, kung nandyan kayo, alam ko nandyan kayo ngayon, nag-message kayo earlier, ito na po, last 2 days in Hobby Fair. Kung gusto niyo pong suportahan yung ating mga, ito po isang proyekto ng mga estudyante sa Quezon City Science High School na yung aking yung eldest si Leah is also part of this team. You can now shop for support our local culture, our weavers, di ba? Yung ating mga local weavers, support local, promote our culture by wearing, ito pang millennial at not so millennial, fillennial, centennial, lahat po tayo ng bomber jacket na in-incorporate nila yung mga weave from Baguio to Visayas o Mindanao through this initial product na bomber jacket at windbreaker. So, kung gusto nyo pong makakuha ng, or if you wanted to order through Hobby Fair, or if you wanted to pre-order, ito na po yung link, nandyan na po, tinyurl.com/lingaptura or dun sa kanilang page, Lingaptura, i-message nyo po sila for this. And some celebrities have already supported this. Thank you kay Julius Babaw, kay Tintin Babaw, and other celebrities who have ordered, di ba, pre-ordered para suportahan yung ating mga public high school student sa Quezon City Science High School. Yan. Marilag, Calon, Lingaptura, tignan nyo po sa Facebook, tignan nyo po sa Instagram, and let us all support. Okay, So balik tayo kay Paco, everyone. Yan. Ah, hinihingal ako, brother, dito. Yan. Ito lang I would like to share yung mga nabanggit mo no. So some of the things that you have mentioned with this, para lang before we wrap up things. Sabi mo, I would like to initially started with the growth mindset. Sabi nga natin, 'di ba? Sa growth mindset, Paco, if you agree with this, 'di ba? There's a need to embrace changes. You know, that's part of the growth mindset. We don't want to fix our things, everyone, with this. Parang kailangan, kung may pagbabago, kailangan embrace natin. Di ba? Katulad kay Paco, everyone. Kanina, hindi niya alam unknown sabi niya nga. Pero look at that, in-embrace niya yung pagbabago niyo na nangyayari sa kanya. In-embrace niya totally yung karera niya. And yung karera na yon, 9-10 years ago pala, ito ang nagbigay sa kanya ng breakthrough. And that's because of that growth mindset. That's just one. Tama pa ako, no? Sinabi mo about grit. Di ba yung grit? Sabi ko nga, tama yun Dapat kailangan. Alam mo, sabi sa negosyo kasi may tapang tayo. You know, if you are in the corporate, everyone, kailangan nasa tamang lugar yung gagawin natin dito. And then you always mention about the positivity, the positive side of things, you know, things that is happening around us. Sabi mo, naapektuhan, tama ka sa airlines, natitikman ko sa airlines pa yung libre, kung pwede nga humirit. Pag nasa business class, pwedeng humirit. Pagka nasa
business class na sumasakay
Pag wala sa business class, hindi pwede Baka pwedeng bilhin, pwede pa. Pero tinamaan pa rin po si Carmen's best. Pero sabi niya nga, merong option. Meron siyang tinik. Nandun po yun Kailangan po rin ipakita natin yung grit na yun. I like what you have said, always smile. Di ba? The amiable Paco Magsaysay nagre-resonate with the brand. And probably the brand in itself will make us all smile. Tama ba, Paco, with that? Yung nabanggit mo. Tapos, I firmly believe that our success is your success. Your success is our success. Your point about getting income, di ba? Pero parang kailangan pareho kayo na kumikita. That's too admirable for a leader like you to make, especially the brand, as it level ups, as it lead, di ba? And then paving the way for good deeds. Really, everyone, it's indeed great. One of the things that we really need to do. Diba? More than the profit, I always tell people, Paco, that business is not just about profit. It is something that we help people, we extend what we can do to our people, to the rest, diba? If we are fortunate enough, and that basically good deed. Paco, with that, what do you, ano pa yung pwede mo i-add with this? You know, I'm taking notes I'm taking notes. Partner, sabi ko sa'yo, marami ko natututunan, marami tutunan viewers natin. Can you add more with that before we tell and close the session? Go ahead, Paco.
Well, I guess before I end, I'd like to anchor it to hope and gratitude. You know, I mean, this 2020 has been so difficult for so many people. And I think we have to hope and believe that things will get better in the near future. Kasi nakita niyo naman parang konti-konti bumabalik na rin ang economy. Dumadami yung tao sa labas, sa mga grocery. Nagkaka-traffic ulit. So things are slowly getting back to what it was before. So we just have to keep on hoping that things will get better. I think for companies that survive this, like for us, for instance, nawala yung base customers namin ng mga airlines and restaurants and coffee shops and whatnot, no? But then we turned to another market, which was the community resellers. So hopefully, pag bumalik na yung mga airlines and yung mga coffee shops and restaurants, mas maganda na yung negosyo kasi parang meron kaming bagong segment of group of selling our products, no? So I think it's important to be hopeful with things, no matter how difficult things get. I think when you go through a lot of difficulties in life, you understand that things can get really, really, really bad. And for as long as you're breathing, you wake up every day, be grateful that you're alive, be grateful that you have good health. You can do so much. It's just your mind that's stopping you. And, be grateful for things that's happening. Be grateful for your situation and just be grateful in general, because when you express gratitude to other people, or you feel that you're expressing positivity, good things come back to you. So that's all.
Well said, Paco. Maraming salamat for that, that last closing message.
Yes.
Indeed, sabi mo nga, grateful. Sabi nga natin, everyone, you have to have your grateful list. Di ba? Marami tayong minsan reclamation list, di ba?
Reclam-
This is true, Paco. I
That's
speak
true,
to a
yeah.
lot of companies, even during pandemic, Diyos ko Lord, ang dami parang complaint ng mga empleyado, ng mga dealers, ng mga distributors, ng
Yeah.
mga resellers. But at the end of the day, Paco is telling us right now, everyone, we really have to be thankful. If only for that we are alive, we are doing things in our own way, in our own space. We are getting a lot of, blessings, di ba? Na binibigay pa rin sa atin patuloy. Maraming, sabi nga, there's always a silver lining. May mga pagkakataon na gagawin pa rin tayo. And so many stuff, everyone. Like what have Paco mentioned, we need to be grateful. If only everyone, to all our viewers, you can list down what are the grateful things that is happening to us, then probably tayo mismo magsasabi na marami pala akong dapat ipagpasalamat.
That's right. Marami tayong blessing.
Marami
But sadly,
tayong
sometimes people concentrate on the negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, brother, thank you so much. Maraming salamat. We are blessed to have you on the show. And I hope that we have provided also value to you and
Yes.
all the viewers, everyone, the way we do. Can we all show our appreciation to our guest for tonight, the founder, the man behind Carmen's Best, Mr. Paco Magsaysay. Bigay na natin yung mga palakpak natin. Ibigay na natin yung ating appreciation, Paco. Ako na nangunguna.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Yung sound card natin hindi tumutunog, pero ito na, pinapalakpakan na namin. Maraming salamat. Maraming
Thank you.
salamat, Paco. Everyone, hopefully this is not just the last guesting, Paco. And I hope
Yes.
you can share more things with our viewers all over. Yan. Maraming salamat. Everyone, maraming salamat. This is another show. This is another great night. And I hope we all have provided you a lot of insight, motivation. Ayan, maraming salamat dun sa mga show your appreciation. Clap, clap, clap. Doon sa hindi po nakapanood, yung mga huling dumating na, hindi na po namin kayo makokomentan, but you get back on the YouTube channel, watch this again, or doon sa ating page, at magkita-kita po ulit tayo on next Saturday for another, di ba, ang babago ng ating Saturday Night Habit dito lamang sa The Paulo Tibig Show. Everyone, maraming salamat. God bless, Paco. Maraming salamat again. Behalf of the viewers natin. Maraming salamat, everyone. And good night. God bless. See
Bye.
you soon. Yan. Thank you. Music,
Thank you.
kami. Music. Yung music natin, nasa na? Ayan. Paco, maraming salamat.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Ingat.
Yan. Maraming salamat. Keep safe then, everyone. And regards.